Ms. Shuliak, the floor is yours. Good afternoon. Well, the titles of our institutions are very jaw-breaking. Thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure for me to be here at this university. I think the potential of our universities is highly underestimated. Some time ago we considered adopting laws in Ukraine to strengthen the capacity of universities so that they would be more actively engaged in technical regulations. They finally adopted parametric method as the main one, and the universities like this one were among the key players. So we would like to encourage our universities to get engaged in all the processes related to recovery of Ukraine. Recently, Ms. Kozlovska told us the news that at Knuba, a university and some other ones, there was a training course and more than 200 architects received training within that project, and we would like also to engage the designers, technical experts and other relevant specialists to be trained and retrained so that as many universities as possible should be engaged. We're going to discuss a very important topic today. I'm not very much an expert in technical issues, but I know in what areas information technologies can help us. You would be aware that now in Ukraine we have a large-scale program of compensation for ruined domicile. 27,000 families have already claimed and received compensation. Up to 200,000 revenues of compensation. Soon we'll have the generation and operation of special certificates which will help those who lost their homes. We also will have a program to compensate people for the costs that they have to pay because their homes were damaged because of bombing. According to statistics, we see the citizens filed more than 355,000 applications for compensations, those who lost their homes. Donetsk, Kharkiv and Kyiv Oblast are among the leaders. In Donetsk Oblast, for instance, we see the city of Mariupol. More than 52,000 applications came there from there. Bakhmut, more than 12,000 applications through DIA application. We have other temporarily occupied cities, and for us it is really important that practical issues, which we're going to discuss today, be actually used for practical purposes, so that the program of compensation be efficient for them on the basis of imagery and analysis of damage and so on, so that we can really actually help the people who need our assistance. Another point I'd like to emphasize. Last year, together with the Ministry of Recovery, we adopted a law on the strategic program of recovery of Ukraine. That document will be used for further technical documents of construction on the basis of demographic, economic, and other factors, the factors related to public services and so on. Without the instruments of gathering geospatial data, we would not be able to elaborate a single efficient recovery program which will be used by Ukraine in the future. So we are planning that the technologies which are available now will be put to good use, and our programs of comprehensive recovery will be successful. City construction, Cadastre is another important issue. Over the last 10 years or so, we've been talking about urban construction code and Cadastre. I'm not sure about the code, but as regards the Cadastre, there's every opportunity for us to get it off the ground and to do the preparatory work to make sure that finally this very important strategic process can come to some fruition. And the final point I'd like to emphasize, at our parliamentary committee, there are a lot of heated debates, professional debates about how the general planning scheme should operate in Ukraine. We've lived without it for several years already. We've sent requests to relevant bodies asking them who is using this system, and the answer was that probably no one is using it. Maybe people use some individual pieces of data, but not as a comprehensive document. So we know that the general scheme which we had before is not relevant, but we need an updated one which will include different layers of data which will be used for further decision making. That concerns transportation corridors and natural resources and archaeology, cultural heritage, and other pieces of data which should take into account the state interests. We would like to start this work together with the Line Ministry, and I understand that we will start it with goal setting and with the general philosophy and ideology of this work, as how this Ukrainian scheme is going to be integrated in the shared European space, because we expect that our accession to the EU will be rapid, just like we rapidly acquired the Cadastre status. And I'm sure that by joint efforts, using the potential of the specialists and the academia which we have, people who are very knowledgeable, we will be able to be leaders in the use of technologies which will help us build a new modern Ukraine. Thank you.